on the second leg here. This is my throne. Hopefully it leans back. Oh, it does. And I've got all this leg room so I can sleep. The benefits of boarding first because of your airline status. Melanie was so kind enough to pick me up in her fantastic Jeep. We are getting ready to head out. Oh my gosh, you even got a refrigerator in there.
I got a fridge.
So we're heading to the start line. We are going to be arriving there kind of early afternoon. She's volunteering at a couple aid stations and her first shift is this afternoon. I need to go through my drop bags. I've gotten some of these, which are going to provide me with quite a few calories. I will take these with and rely on them to kind of refuel me. I got a couple compression bandages. I got a SIM card from Telstra. It's operating in one of my phones. So I am so grateful for local support, and having Melanie jump in and volunteering to help out a stranger is so appreciated. Good people here. Well, Melanie and I just stopped for some food at the Miami Baker's joint, and this is our scenery out. You can just in the horizon see a bit of a hill, but the roads in Australia are top-notch compared to North America, and I am just going through this list of aid stations trying to figure out where to leave drop bags. So at Pingerup, which is 71 kilometers in, Melanie in the car will be here. That means I will have access to my bag of stuff, which is great. And then once more at Boat Harbor, which is 227 kilometers in. So I'm trying to make informed calls on where to potentially put drop bags. There's a lot of aid stations, which is terrific, but I don't want to have to spend time at all of them, and I really want to keep aid station time to a minimum if I can. So I'm going to think about what I need to put into the bags and where I need to spread them out, and I'll just figure that out this afternoon when we get here. Yeah. Have the big letters out, Delirious, and they've got check-in going on. People are wandering in. I met Sean, our race director, and Bill, the other RV, and there's check-ins happening. All kinds of people. Jean's here checking in with Heather. I'll wait for it.
Oh, it's just.
You were going to show us.
Oh, it's just.
The technique.
Right?
How to use the snake bandage.
This is you know, it should have instructions on there about how tight. It's just a compression bandage. We weren't told to have any special kind of compression bandage.
Well, it said 3 compression bandages or a snake one and a compression bandage. I went to the place and asked for a snake one, but nobody has any idea what that is.
Yeah.
So, hold on.
I tried, but you know, I googled snake compression bandage. You know, it wasn't anything. Just a compression bandage.
Are you going with snake gaiters or no?
They're in my crew bag. I expect not to wear them unless it becomes apparent that maybe it'll be a good idea after all.
I brought some snow gaiters.
I'll be very disappointed if I don't see a snake. Sort of expecting a picture one.
You know, you could really mess with some people by laying some out on the track. Or just drop them out of a tree on people. Boggin race is starting, so we got some jeggings here. We got a dude in a bear suit. Yeah, this is good. We got a dude, a pregnant lady with a smoke. This is perfect. This is what we're looking for. This is what we're looking for.
You couldn't afford a pack of Darries up the sleeve. Oh, you got
them. All right, I've made a last-minute decision to enter the race. Oh, except I can't drink.
You get that one down quick.
You have to have a soft drink or something fizzy. Otherwise, you won't get up.
I decided I'm going to enter last minute. You seem to enter it. But I do need a soda.
You want a soda?
A soda, please, yeah. Nice. And Eden, this is another one that I'm gonna drop in. So I've got just a couple things in each that I hope, wow, people are putting a lot of food and stuff in. I am not doing that because I'm gonna be relying on the aid stations. I hope that's not a tactical error, but we will see.
Our last minute entrant, but to his cred, we had kept up communications for a few months, so I knew it was coming. All the way from Canada, and again, I know he's a 200-mile finisher. I'm not sure of the Triple Crown.
Not all the same year.
Not all the same year, but he's kind of going to have he's done it like I'm hoping to one day attempt it.
Got the cheapo
Kerry
crown.
Ward.
They could hear you coming, but it's not that they hear, it's the thumping of your feet. And gaiters and thick socks will assist in the prevention of snake bites or make them less serious. I really want to point out that the symptoms of a snake bite are very similar to dehydration. And if you can mark the site where you think the bite is, it just helps the doctors when we get you to hospital. So just to understand that the venom of a snake is transmitted by the lymphatic system, not the circulatory system. So it's muscle movement that will move the venom around your body, not your heart pumping it around. That's why it's so important to remain still.
Yeah, so basically what that means for that, particularly for your foreigners, if you don't move around, you can't get sick from it, so to speak.
Got my stuff together, wearing ultras with gaiters, Zensa, calf sleeves, which will also give me a tiny bit of snake protection, some tights, a technical shirt, and I got my pack.
Please be really careful. Obviously it is a pretty quiet road at the moment, especially this time of the morning. However, there will be traffic along there.
Here's our view of all the people taking pictures. And here's our crew.
Good birthday, Frank.
Squeeze in, squeeze in, squeeze in. Have a good one out there.
Yeah, you too.
I would like to acknowledge the Bibbulmun people, who are the traditional custodians of this land that we are standing on today. I extend my acknowledgement and respect to the Menang people whose land we shall also be crossing on our journey. We recognise their continuing connection to land, waters and culture, and pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the inaugural Delirious w.e.s.t 200.
Woohoo!
flat.
Yeah, but I don't know.
How much do you normally sleep?
I've been whittling it down to less and less, so I'll probably be, maybe. So you?
Yeah, I'm gonna to just push through and take shorter naps. Because when I ran the Colorado 200, I kept sleeping and it just
A bunch of times. Oh my word! This is a shoey.
That's a shoey. Australian Formula 1 driver John Ricardo does and when he wins a race.
Well done. Thanks, mate. Go! See, I already would have missed that trail turn.
Yeah.
Hold up!
Oh no.
First wrong turn. Really? All right, well.
Diminished responsibility. They are knocking behind me there.
How you feeling? Good so far? Good, good. Yeah. First wrong turn. I will admit, I haven't actually seen a marker other than
That's good. Blindly following everyone else.
Dion and I are probably going to be seeing a bit of each other during this run.
I hope so. I hope you spend some time with you, man.
Me too. Dion's done. You did all three.
I did triple last year in 2018, which was fantastic. And your videos helped me a lot.
That is super good to hear.
I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be great fun.
So too.
At least for a little bit.
Yeah.
We
So-
go back to the start.
We are off already.
When do we not follow the wobble?
Round, we're heading the other way, although nobody is sure about where we're going. And there aren't markers other than the Bibbleman track marker, but that is, like, apparently we're heading off in the wrong direction. That maybe they were trying to avoid the road. I don't know, man. Frustrating, having so much confusion right off the bat. Half the group is forward, half the group is behind. And it looks like we're diverging from the track. But I got this big group ahead. So I'll go with and see what happens. Worst comes to worst, we will run back. Long way on the track.
It's now been changed to just an out and back repeat course.
So
100 miles
now we are heading back to what the actual track is.
So that means that we should have turned behind us and went the other way.
Both Glens?
Big lands.
Glenn and Glenn here. Now we've got confirmation we definitely went off. I'm going to trust the GPS track from here forward. So I should check it more often than I intended to. We'll see what the course marking is.
Following the wobbles but going the wrong way.
Yeah. This is catching us a little more than 20 minutes. So
Oh, what's 20 minutes in the grand scheme of things?
not a lot. Not a lot. Yeah. Now I've also learned to know that when an Aussie says, "Oh, just follow the woggle," it's like,
Do not follow the woggle.
don't do that. That's a terrible error.
Make sure you're following the right one.
That's right. That's right. Oh, here it is up here, I think. Yeah. That's like if you've seen the movie Dumb and Dumber,
Yep.
where they get off and they drive the opposite direction for 8 hours.
That's right.
That's like what we did. So, we were following other donkeys. We're sheep.
Everybody, every single people.
Oh, everybody went the wrong way. And that's the start right there.
Brilliant.
Woo! There it is. Here's our little markers going the right way. Left.
Hey, yeah. Oh, jeez.
What a bunch of donkeys. Bushwhacking less than a kilometer in. Yeah, I think it's this track up here. I think that's it. Yeah, it is according to this. It's this. And there's a trail next to it. There's a trail right next to it. Right here. Still have not seen a piece of course marking. Boys, we're gonna have to be on our toes. In the excitement of getting off course, everybody took the wrong turn. Maybe the last few people took the right turn, but maybe a couple extra miles of distance added. And then The course marking is, I haven't actually seen a piece of flagging yet, but I know with the GPS that I'm on. So I have to be diligent with battery life. Make sure that we're good with that. The very first runner took a left turn.
Everyone followed.
Every single person. And then we got to another one with, and I just said, no, there's no blue markers. I said, hey, haven't seen a flag. And a couple of Aussies are like, there's a woggle. Then I looked at my GPS, I'm like, nope. I went back, and then I went again, and then came back. So there's a bunch of them back there.
Perfect. Yeah. The sweeper's picking them up.
I'm just trusting the GPS now.
Yeah. No, just follow these bloody signs.
God, my word. Well, in fairness, they do go both ways there. No worries. It's all good. I am also, when that stuff happens, your body sort of goes on alert. You think, oh my God, how do it's fight or flight. I gotta get back into this so early and we're already off. Last thing I wanna do is be running extra miles. So I am intentionally throttling back a little bit. No one ever won a 200-mile race in the first 50 miles. Oh my word, look at this. This is soft sand. A couple more, the wrong turn up here. About to head in a different direction. I think, Sean, Bill, future iterations, anytime there's any intersection, a couple pieces of flagging, just so people know, that would be good. I'm gonna be on high alert for the rest of it. So every time I come across anything, I'm gonna check to the best of my abilities. What are your names?
Andy, Wayne.
Andy and Brian?
Wayne.
Oh, Wayne. Nice to meet you, Andy and Wayne.
Come here, Ryan. Nice, okay.
Isn't Ryan like a term for Randy or something like that? Or I had a buddy named Randy who lived in Australia for a while. And oh no, Randy.
Randy, yeah.
That's why he had to change his name to Ryan, because everybody laughed when he introduced himself as Randy.
Randy's not a good name in Australia.
Randy Kirschbaum. This is Andy's just saying, oh yeah, Vancouver, one of my favorite. I got a buddy there, Craig Schlegel.
Yeah.
A mutual friend.
Founder of Run Go.
That's it.
Yep.
That is it. Yeah, he lives close to me actually.
Oh, cool. Say hi to him when you get home from him.
You can say hi right now, he'll watch
Okay,
it.
great.
Waving us all down like, this way! Don't be an idiot! Don't ask for too much. Ah, it's Nick.
Hi.
Good work, good work.
Did you guys go the wrong way too?
I think everybody did, but I went the wrong way several times. Thank you, you too. Yes. Might see you again anyway.
Okay.
Oh, got the headphones in.
Did you like the warm up?
Yeah, that's what apparently we do in Australia. Good running, Harmony.
A bit of my warm up. Well done.
I took it twice actually.
Oh no.
I went and turned around when there was the big fuss.
Yeah.
And then I came back and some people were like, no, just follow the woggles, go this way. So I went back and then I looked at the map and I was like, nope.
Yeah. We would have all ended up in Perth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a great run.
Yeah, you too. We'll see you soon. Still trying to keep it in check. Nice going, guys. Oh, you're all set, don't worry. Are you guys the running couple?
The running long couple.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And check out these homemade jean gaiters. Those are awesome.
They've got to do the job, man. Good luck. We'll catch you on the course.
Yeah, I think you probably will. What are your names?
Mark and Cheryl.
Mark and Cheryl.
Carrie, right?
Yeah, Carrie. Yeah, this will promise to be an interesting few days.
Oh man, it's going to be beautiful.
Especially if the start is any indication.
Ah, yeah. You can only go wrong once, right? Over and done.
Don't underestimate me.
Enjoy, Carrie.
Yeah, you too. Nice going, nice going. Oh yeah, Brian.
Brian as well.
One of the. No, I'm Carrie.
Oh.
Nice to officially meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You Indianapolis, they said?
Indianapolis, yep.
Yeah, that's good.
You're Canadian. What part of Canada?
Vancouver.
Vancouver, okay.
I was actually just in Indianapolis. Well, not in Indianapolis, just north in Middlebury.
Okay, yep.
I made some friends over Christmas on a cruise we went on who happened to be Amish, a young Amish couple.
Oh yeah, sure.
We had a great time. They're like, you gotta come visit.
Awesome, yeah.
I'm like, you tell me that, I will come because I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
So I was just there visiting them.
Great experience?
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. I loved it actually. Yeah, Myron and Renee Nisley, my Amish friends. Super fun, super friendly. Definitely have to go back.
Yeah, definitely. You live in a beautiful part of the world.
Thank you. Actually, just for good measure, went out, came back, and then went out again the wrong way.
Oh, good. You really like those trees in particular then?
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's right. Next time, if I were to do it, I probably would just make one wrong turn instead of... Yeah.
It's all good.
What are your names?
Raquel.
I'm Dan.
Raquel and Dan.
Oh,
Carrie.
from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Representing.
You're in New Zealand?
Yeah.
Ah, good for you. Nice to have some Kiwis here.
Yeah. It's still Canadian out here too.
Although, getting into the Commonwealth, you've still got to get a visa. I don't understand that. It wouldn't even let me check into the airline. You got to get a visa. Like, what? Australia? Yeah. Yeah, you guys too. Enjoy. Look at this. Gorgeous. A lot of these little bridges and waterways. How you doing, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Eventually got it sorted out. That was the idea. Not yet. Give me a chance. What's your name up there? George. Carrie.
How you going?
Good. How are you? Thank you.
Man, you go. Me and Breeze were just sharing some emails, trying to get some extra mapping.
Yeah.
I've got the map, so I'm cool.
I've got it on my phone too, but
yeah,
nobody was looking at the beginning.
Every intersection
Yes.
that you're unsure,
Yep.
have a look. But more so just have a look at look out for the little snake and the big snake you'll see on the course.
We will see. Yeah.
Have you done one of these?
I've done a couple of them. I've done Candace's races. How about you?
You, man.
What's that?
Same with you. Done a couple of them.
I did Tahoe the first year, Bigfoot the first year,
Oh, nice.
and Moab the first year.
I'm in for my first Tahoe this year.
Ah, good for you.
This brute Candace is the race director for that, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, so. But what did your first one take?
When I did Tahoe first year, I think it was 78 hours.
Wow. This will be a speed course for you then.
I don't know.
No elevation.
That is true, but it's warm.
Warm and sandy.
Yeah. Yep. So we'll see what happens.
Alright, we'll save a beer for me.
I'll be asleep for sure.
You would have already had a full sleep by then.
Oh, somehow I doubt it.
A full 90. I'm going for a 99, I think. There's a snake.
Well, you get your money's worth, right?
Hey.
I'm Joe.
Lisa and Joe, nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, you too, Carrie. Enjoy the rest of your run.
Yeah, I absolutely will. That's my plan. See, here's the little snake woggle.
Oh, it's Georgie.
Yeah. Finally caught the lead winner.
Haven't. No.
There's probably a good bunch still ahead. Lovely green tunnels. Little bridges and waterways. Nice work, people.
Very nice. You're going for it, go for it the whole thing.
No.
That would be better.
No, but you know what? I do try and turn it on when there's people around,
Okay, yeah.
because it's more interesting than you get to see other people in the race too. Amelia Griffo, huh? Nice to meet you. I'm Carrie. What's your name?
Emily.
Emily. Carrie. Nice to meet you.
Phil.
Phil? It's a pleasure.
Where's the gold pants?
Where's what?
The gold pants. Was that you with the gold pants?
Yeah, it was. That was the last minute decision.
Nice work.
Yeah. When they started to explain, you know, you got to carry a keg and do all that, I thought, man, that sounds fun. I'm just going to change real quick.
Nice work.
That's a good warm-up. Maybe I'll wear them across the finish line.
Oh, yes.
Now that would actually be funny. Speedy's footsteps behind me. Ah. Good work, good work. How you feeling?
Good. Better be feeling good. It's only early days.
It's not Brian, is it? What's your name? Wayne. Wayne, that's right. There. What's your name?
Are you filming the whole thing?
No, just bits and pieces.
Jimmy.
I'm Kerry.
How you doing, Kerry?
Nice to meet you, Jimmy.
You from Canada?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, my boss is from Canada.
Oh, really? What part?
No idea, actually. I don't really know too much about him.
It's not a very big country.
But,
everybody knows each other.
He's a real nice fella.
Yeah, Canadians tend to be like that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, poor guy, about 2 weeks ago, he suffered a mild heart attack.
What?
Yeah, he was 50 just recently.
Huh.
But 50, that's not that old.
Wow.
Yeah, really great guy.
Well, hopefully he recovers.
Yes. He had surgery.
Like heart surgery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a young family.
Oh.
As well, he's got 2 small children.
Where are you from? Where does he live?
Just south of Perth.
Okay.
He lives in Port Kennedy.
Yeah, I do not know it, but...
It's about an hour south of the city.
Yeah.
You're not from this way? Where do you live?
Vancouver, Canada.
Oh, right. You come over for the run?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh. Welcome to Western Australia.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
You been over this way before?
No, not to Western Australia, first time.
Oh, it is the best part of Australia. It really is. If you've been to the East Coast, it's so hectic over there.
That's what I say about the US and Canada too. West Coast is where it's at. The trail runner community in general being pretty welcoming and friendly, huh? Although a lot of times you're on your own on the trail, depending on where you are. In Vancouver, I'm lucky. There's a big community. I can call, you know, one of 50 people and just say, hey, let's go out and do this crazy thing.
You see our winters over here, we still get clear blue skies and 15-degree days. No, dead set. It's, we're very, very lucky. You know, and generally the wind has disappeared too, unless there's a big storm comes over.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but then summertime, this time of year, you've always got an afternoon sea breeze, so it cools it right down.
It's like California, a lot like California. I lived there for a while. It's great for running. Although weirdly, the community's not as big there. Oh, I just noticed you have your appropriate number.
Yeah, I didn't ask for it, so
Oh, you didn't?
they thought it was clever. Nice number to pick for me.
How many races do you have in your calendar this year?
Oh, not as many as last year.
Really?
About 30 some.
30.
We ran 43 last year.
43.
What did you used to do when you were younger for a living?
Living? I was a computer programmer.
Oh, I presumed it was something, you know, that conditioned your body for this sort of thing.
Yeah, I was saving it for old age.
It's actually a good plan.
Yeah. Yeah, people say, how can I be as good as you are when I'm 70? Well, I said, your best bet is to quit running right now.
So you didn't do much sort of endurance exercising when you were younger?
Not unless you consider golf and bowling. You know, I'd hike now and then. But, well, actually, I did jog now and then. I was sometimes in shape, sometimes not. They never raced.
So you've got the knees of a 25-year-old. Is that what you're saying?
They're better now than when I started running.
You're right.
Well, you said you start at 58?
That was my first race.
Huh.
I was 58. First marathon anyway.
Gene is now, unofficially I think, not officially, the fastest marathoner 70 and over. Is that right?
Well, somebody 3 weeks ago ran an even faster one.
Really?
It was on a downhill course, about 700-meter drop.
Wow.
So,
but is that an official course?
Mine didn't count because it wasn't sanctioned, and his didn't count because the course was not record eligible.
What was his time?
2:53 something.
So about the same as yours.
He's going to give it a go at Berlin. I might try it New York City, maybe Toronto, for sure London.
Battle of the Geezers?
Yeah. Hope everybody shows up at London. There's a, in addition to the World Masters Marathon Championship, there's now an age grade championship.
Really?
Yeah. Not age grade, but age group.
One of my running buddies in Vancouver, Jim Swadling, is in your category as well.
In what age?
I think Jim has either just turned 70 or about to.
Well, hope to hear him make a name for himself soon.
Well, he does a lot of the ultra stuff in the Vancouver area. I think his last marathon was 3:03. So
He practiced specifically for the marathon.
yeah, but he doesn't do that.
Yeah, I think he did.
We ramble up and down in the mountains a lot.
Maybe when he realizes he can set a world record, he might light a fire in it.
He's a Kiwi too, actually, but living in Canada for a long time. Yeah, it's kind of special to be in that category where you're competitive at a world level.
Yeah, it was kind of like I woke up one morning hoping the next race that somebody faster wouldn't show up, and all of a sudden realized, wait, I'm that guy.
You outlasted them all, and you are the one.
That's the thing, those sort of times though, there's very, very few people get below 3 hours anyway. And,
I certainly didn't think it was possible.
So when you ran your 254, 253, whatever, was it feeling really good? Were you smooth? What was the deal?
I mean, people think when you do a record marathon that somehow you've dug down deep and, you know, like outdid yourself. That's a bunch of malarkey. You can only do what you're trained to do.
Yeah.
And I knew I was trained to do it. And when you are, you're running within your limits.
Well, total respect. I haven't ever done a sub 3. I've been close, but you know, haven't done a ton of them, but I've yet to go out and think, well, that was a really good day. I felt good. So
it's so scary to be at the start line and say, I have to run every mile at this pace.
So that's
no
like,
way.
What is that? 6:30? 6:39. Whew. Damn, man. Respect to you.
I just like to see the young fellas' faces when you're just sitting there next to them at the 20-mile mark.
Well,
there aren't that many people there.
I would pass people and say, you just got geezered.
I remember you from the first Moab year. I think you had your Ultra Geezer shirt on. With, I don't know what number that was for you, but...
It was 90 something.
So you're over 100 now.
Number 114.
Huh.
Have you ultra run? Marathon or longer.
How you doing?
Kylie is...
You guys go off track?
A little bit.
Yeah. Stupid thing was, I was doing it as well, going, this doesn't look right.
I heard you mention a train line.
Yeah, train line. I was thinking, well, this isn't a train line.
That is the right thing. Here they come.
We did 9K extra. You guys only did like a mile extra.
Well, a little more than that. I went back and forth a couple times with you.
Well, we thought we were going the right way because we were on the north. We were heading north on the same track.
Yes.
And then I looked at the GPS. It was the American.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take note. Who got us back on track?
Well done.
Yeah.
So how much are you going to pay me to keep silent on the internet about this?
5 miles is a lot, but it's not a lot for a 200. So, I'm not too concerned.
Side up now.
Well, I noticed you got your button up. She got her business shirt on right now.
Yeah, I'm all business. All business.
That's our Burning Man camp official business.
It's because I have translucent skin and I must protect myself. So yeah, I actually stopped at REI in Seattle and I thought, Alan Stabler, my crew, said UV is really strong.
Oh yeah.
And I thought, I knew it was going to be really exposed.
Yeah.
So I bought 3 of these shirts. And I figured I could like unbutton it like this.
Yeah, yeah. We're talking about clothing.
Yeah.
In these long runs. Candace is asking how much I change, and I told her every chance I got if I get a new shirt.
But you're still saying that you only have like 4 or 5 spots you could change.
Yeah.
Which most people would think that's not very much for the 200.
It's enough.
It is enough.
I'll have 3 pairs of shoes, hopefully. Have a shoe strategy.
Do you get shoes that are bigger, just
Yeah.
in case?
Yeah, yeah.
How much do your feet swell up?
Well, these are Ultra 13s, Olympuses, but they're one generation older.
Okay.
The new generation 13s have a bit more room, which I like. And I'll wear some Cascadias in the middle. So I go up full size, pretty much.
Wow.
I just don't want to mess with toes hitting the end of the shoes at all.
Nope. That's bad things happen when your toes start getting cramped.
Anybody who's thinking of running this stuff, buy big shoes,
Yep.
run downhill. If there's any hint of toes hitting the end, get something else.
Yeah.
Or just use those for short runs.
Yeah, I would say one of the #1 physical causes of people quitting is foot problems, often caused by wrong size shoes, because people think they're a smaller size than they really are. Just always size up if you're not sure. And then I brought a pair of shoes that are a half size bigger, but the ones I'm wearing are a little big already.
Yeah, yeah.
So it'll work, if need be.
Yeah, yeah. That's the Todd Nardi school of ankle down, head up.
Yeah.
That's what you got to worry about. My gosh, look at these trees.
For sure.
Sing early in a race. I'm just saying I'm grateful for the little ups and downs because it gives you an excuse to slow down. Candace is saying,
Yep.
change up the rhythm.
Otherwise you just want to hit it. You know, you just keep running. Especially when you have good conversation and
Yeah, exactly.
you're not thinking about pace.
Nope.
You feel good. I'm trying to eat. You guys eating?
Not as much as we should. In Tahoe, I remember the first year,
Yeah.
there was a group of us running after the main first climb. Then they're sort of up and down along the ridge.
Yep.
And we're running pretty good. And someone is saying, uh-oh, we're running 9-minute miles.
That is tough.
It's like, that's Killian pace. What are we? We're a bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
And the tendency is to make hay while the sun's shining, but the sun is going to shine a couple more times, so
Yep.
you still want to be able to make hay.
Even with the 5 miles extra, we're on the pace I told Kevin we'd be on.
That's also common. Early, I often am faster. Late, I'm a little slower.
Yeah.
There's not too many in the world that are going to
Negative speed of 200.
No.
Discovering that David here has also run with my buddy Todd, who ran a good bit of Moab with me. You kind of make these connections and end up becoming friends with these people in a meaningful way very quickly, even though you share a little. Whoa,
You alright?
You alright? Look at that, we caught that one on video.
There's one route in the entire path. Nice job, Gio.
At least it's soft sand.
The most compassionate, kind, like connected people. He likes
Yes.
to connect with people, and
Oh yeah,
he's a good soul. He's gonna come back.
this is Jovica, who
Jovka, yep.
I
From Serbia.
paced with, and ended up he was with Wes. So Wes and I are buds too. We ran most of Bigfoot, and running the two of them together, that was a special treat. But,
They tied for second.
yes,
They tied for second. We gave them 2 second place plaques.
that's awesome.
And it was teamwork. Instead of competing, they worked together to secure second place. It was beautiful.
I was right there a couple times where one or the other would say, "Oh, go ahead." No, 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 no way.
Oh wow.
We're together. That's it.
That's a bond. That's what these races do.
Well, the whole reason I decided to pull the trigger and come out and fit it into the schedule was Jovica's communication with me,
Oh really?
which was like, we have this, talk to me afterwards, I'll show you the thread.
Okay.
But exactly as you said, such a kind, heartfelt person.
And he was, rightfully concerned about coming to a foreign country.
Yeah.
And running that far in extreme conditions.
Who would do that?
Yeah, a true adventure. A true adventure. He was going to do it no matter what, but he reached out to me and said, "Can you help me find somebody?" I tried. I was like, I don't know, but when you responded, I was like, "Oh, Carrie would be perfect," because you can go with the flow and
Yeah.
keep up with any pace.
At that point, I can keep up with him.
He's fast.
Yeah, he is fast.
That was cool.
That was super fun.
I love it when it works out. Actually, this experience here, I'm going to try to help international runners a little more.
It's so cool. It made it so much easier for me. Melanie and Kylie.
Oh,
Melanie picked me up, let me sleep at her place, drove me here. Kylie gave me her house keys.
wow.
I'm like, have a nap at the finish.
Traveling teaches you that people are good most of the time, I think.
Yeah.
Not always, but usually.
Did you guys have that experience coming over to the States or no?
Yeah. It's a big place.
Yes.
Big planet, but community's pretty small, so certainly had no problems over there getting anyone needed or help or everyone's so down to earth. Especially the elites, that's something you don't see in other sports, I don't think.
Yeah.
Everybody's so open.
Yeah.
And I think it really is more of a community. It's not cutthroat
No.
at all.
No, not at all.
I think we all realize it's a humbling experience. Anybody could be anybody. And so you're in for the journey, hopefully regardless of competition.
Yeah.
Because it starts here with like, I'm competing with myself. If that works out well, then I'll finish fast. And if it doesn't, then I'll finish it like a gritty, badass finish. Either way, I want to finish.
By the way, officially, I just want to give you respect and recognition for being such a visionary in this 200-mile thing, because I remember the first year, Tahoe, you kind of said, well, let's see what happens, here's lottery day, and you were oversubscribed.
Yeah.
I thought, wow, maybe there's something. Then you kept adding to it,
Yep.
and there's a whole community of people now who are involved with this in a significant way, largely because of your vision. So
It's pretty cool that it worked out that way. I think the timing was right for people wanting something more challenging and longer.
yeah,
And so, yeah, it was hard at first, but I think what I can say I've done is establish 200 as a legitimate ultra distance.
yeah.
It's always been there, 200 miles. Nobody made 200 miles up.
But these scenic point-to-point or giant loop courses, I wouldn't do it Like pigtails, run around a
No.
loop, forget it.
Some people love that, but
Not me.
it would beat my body up in a way that I don't want to do unless it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Like unique terrain.
Yeah.
An outside adventure as well as an inside.
So at some point, I'm going to pick your brain a little bit more in depth. I have a writing project, and you're one of my case studies of
Nice.
creating a lifestyle for yourself which supports your passion,
Yeah.
which is fantastic.
Yeah. Probably in part because I can't work for anybody else.
I can relate.
Yeah.
Unemployable.
I'm unemployable. I can employ myself. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let that affect me. Or
Yeah.
at least it will affect me if I see it.
Yeah.
But I won't hold on to it.
No.
Because people tell me, let go of the fact that somebody called you these horrible names. And I said, well, I saw it, so yeah, I'm gonna let go of it, but it's not quite as simple either. You have to just acknowledge that it's not about you.
Yeah. So that personal side of things, that's the professional side of things. You have to be able to stand out in a positive way, disrupt, break some eggs.
Yeah.
And it's tough for people in companies to do that.
Yeah.
So then the second one, so that's the unicorn company.
Okay.
Similar to companies creating a thing like that. An existence like yours where professional ultra race director, who the hell created that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Was that a job?
So, or even what I do, flying around and working with people, basically teaching them to be more effective by engaging the world in a different way or playing or doing something.
Oh yeah.
So the personal side of things is you have created a bit of a fantasy life.
Yeah.
But you paid a price to do it. You put your head down. You charge through all the naysayers. You
Get in trouble.
get in trouble. You do ridiculous things like try and get permits for all this stuff.
Yeah.
And by God, you did it.
Yeah.
So how can people begin to do that in their lives so that they can live saying yes to stuff and engaging and taking advantage of things that they enjoy? So that's what I kind of interviewed you about here.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. And I think people assume, I'll do a post about, sort of going off on your own and creating a life based on your passion or something. People go, well, some people have to work a 9 to 5. It's like, yeah, I've done that.
That is
I still do that.
That is being a victim to circumstance as well, though.
Yeah, you make.
Because guess what?
Yeah.
Your lifestyle may take a turn for the quote unquote worse.
Yeah.
Because you can't afford quite the same things for a while. But that's the price you pay to
Yeah, there's ups and downs.
eliminate the security in return for freedom. Unlike what is happening right now in the States, where
Freedom.
we're eliminating freedom for a sense of false security.
Yeah, that's a beautiful point, because for me, freedom has always been the utmost. Always to the point, like, I'd rather live in a tent and be
Hell yes.
and have time, so I think I took that mentality and was able to still monetize something I do in my life in a way that
Yes.
I don't have to live in a tent.
No.
But I would.
You can afford to buy a new truck. You can afford to buy
Yeah.
$10,000 worth of tents or whatever you're going to buy.
Exactly.
And then next year, you don't have to buy them again.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It really is. It's cool. I feel like I stumbled on it, but I'm sure that
No.
there was some intention there.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
clear intention, actually. I'm sure there were a lot of times where you could have
Take a
said,
different path.
to hell with this.
Well, I dropped out of college
Yeah.
after a year, and I'd been a straight A student in high school.
Yep.
Just couldn't. I was like, what am I doing with my life? I was partying all the time. And
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What I wanted.
By the way, good job with your
Thank you.
whole sober thing. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's been the gift that doesn't stop giving. Yeah, that is a whole nother amazing path to take. it's really
Okay.
good for me.
I've got a few friends who've gone through a similar trajectory
Yeah.
who I really enjoy spending time with now.
Yeah, I could still be successful, but I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
And I was using it so I didn't have to feel emotions that I needed to feel to be who I really am. So now I don't drink and I have to deal with some tough emotions, but it makes life so much easier in the long run. And I've met amazing people that I went to met when I was hanging out with people who would drink heavily than me, who were in a similar mindset.
Yep.
It's
Your
good.
altitude is determined by your attitude and your companions.
Yeah. It's amazing when you have a good group of people, what you can accomplish together, like Wes and Yuvika, you know, and it doesn't necessarily have to do with being sober or anything, but doing, there's like other things we all do in our life that hold us back.
Yeah.
For me it was drinking.
Yeah.
And to some degree drugs, but definitely drinking the most was the biggest thing.
Although I do say, I still like your pint glasses that you get after the runs.
We still do beer at the races. Like, I don't have a problem with other people drinking. I recognize that it was an extremism within me.
Yeah.
And certainly other people have a problem, but I'm not going to tell people, you know, they
No.
figure it out for themselves.
Yeah, you don't want to preach.
Never. Yeah, I can't tell somebody else what's best for them. No way. It took me a long time to accept what was best for me. And maybe the timing needed to be right, of course. Yeah, I think I stayed in relationships that weren't good for me for a long time.
Yeah.
And it was a way of dealing with, I love those people still, but I think it's better to be really aware of your surroundings and how they're affecting you. Plus, you know, you get faster when you're eating well and training hard without binge drinking.
Yeah.
So bad on your body. And the fact that my body could do what it did even with, like, you know, a 6-pack a night or maybe not always that much, but a lot of times, you know, it's like people didn't know, but most people didn't know, but it's a lot of drinking. Sometimes more, sometimes less.
Yeah, it's a bit of a crutch.
Almost every single night. Year round.
Well, good for you for whatever it was that turned you around.
Yeah. Yeah, it always takes that shift, but I've always been pretty good at quitting something completely. That's why I didn't say, oh, I can just do one beer a night. I knew for myself if I quit it completely, I could be free. But otherwise, I'd still have that little hook. And some people can just do cut back and they're fine.
Yeah.
So it depends on the personality. Extreme personality.
Yeah, well, who would have guessed this type
More
of
is
event?
better.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't tell.
Oh! What's this whole scuttlebutt for the super long thing? The
500?
Yeah,
we'll see. I think if or when I do create something like that, it'll be a little different setup. More, you know, like Vol State style, or like if I do a 400 or 500, if you had a cloverleaf style course, you could do 50 or 100 miles and still utilize some aid stations.
Yeah.
But right now, with the business, we have to pull in and make sure the quality's there.
Yeah.
And that I get back into a creative place.
Yeah.
Before I just, you know, create a bunch more things.
Well, here's where the riffraff hangs out.
9K extra!
Over the hill.
Aid station? I thought I'd do a little extra.
Good to see you.
219 is not long enough.
Oh yeah, look, cars and whatnot.
I didn't expect to get there quite this fast.
Hey.
We caught up some
Oh
ground.
yeah, look at this. Is this the finish?
77 miles of 155-mile race. And our bond in connection, we sort of fell in love during the race, and I made her promise I was going to bring her back to Edinburgh where I was living at the time. And I went home after the race, got everything in place to bring it home. The story went all around the world. BBC, CNN, Fox.
I actually remember that.
We were even Play of the Day on ESPN. And but before I could bring her home, she went missing.
Oh no!
And she was missing in a city of 3 million people in northwest China. So I flew all the way back out to China to find her. And spent over 10 days, day and night, searching for her. And yeah, finally we found her. It was like looking for a needle in the haystack, and
God,
the story went all around the world and since become a New York Times bestseller.
What's your book called?
It's called Finding Gobi.
Finding Gobi.
And that's
the name of the dog now?
Yeah.
How cool, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So Dion is the author of Finding Gobi. I remember actually hearing that. Little dog tagged along, ran with you forever.
It's been made into a film for 20th Century Fox.
Dude!
Yeah.
Good things happening to good people.
Thank you, yes. It's been a phenomenal journey.
So, you're an author, you live in Chamonix, then are you still authoring, are you speaking, or are you just involved with the project, or what are you doing?
Just released another book, a fiction book, about my cat and her relationship with Gobi, and my cat takes a fictional journey around the world to find herself, because she wants to be a star as well. So,
how cattish.
Yes, exactly.
What's your cat's name?
Cat name's Lara, so the book's called Lara the Runaway Cat.
Lara the Runaway Cat. Oh,
And,
I have to go buy your book now. Actually, you know, that's perfect because I can get it on Audible, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, it's on Audible, and it's really hopefully you enjoy it. It's heartwarming, inspiring read.
I could even, at the end of this race, if I had battery in my cell phone, just download it and listen to it.
I have done that myself, actually. It's not me that does the talking, it's someone else.
Maybe I can get a live reading. Well, that's awesome. Good for you, man. That's awesome.
It's Gobi's living the dream and loving life. She loves the trails of Chamonix and France.
Well, my daughter is going to school this semester next year in France, so
awesome.
Probably come over once or twice and visit.
Well,
Chamonix sounds like a good joint.
Yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm doing the Grand Slam this year.
Which is?
Western, Old Dominion, Leadville and Wasatch.
Wow.
Other than that, we'll be in Chamonix, yeah, so swing by. The trails there are like nothing else.
Do you have people for those races, crew or pacing?
You know Todd?
Todd Backman?
Got a few other people from the races, the Triple Crown Series, yeah.
Oh, that's good. I was going to say, you just keep me in time. My schedule is insane.
Yeah.
But I'm known to be able to jump in here and there.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
Making connections. And this white sand is just reflecting the heat back. So it's very bright. And it's 11. So I've been going about 4 hours. So maybe 5% of the way. Maybe a little more. Trying to monitor my hydration and calorie intake and take it a little easier during the hot middle part of the day. It's in the 80s Fahrenheit, high 20s probably. So trying to be smart. Coming up to our first body of water. No idea what it is, but it's nice to see. The whole air changes, the cool wind. This is fantastic. Woo, look at that. Kind of a cool boardwalk section, clearly flooding on occasion. Check this out. Big logs. I'm trying to eat and drink a sufficient amount. So, middle of the day, about 3/4 of the way to the next aid station. I'll try and finish off the calories I've got a little before hitting the aid station and then stock up there. It's warm, so trying to be smart with my energy expenditure and fueling. All right. Does anybody have the ability to charge a Samsung phone?
How quickly do you need it?
If I can just get like 10 minutes on it or whatever.
Are you, do you need a power bank as well to take with you?
We'll bring a power bank in.
Yeah, it got flicked off of airplane mode, which is a disaster, so.
Beautiful.
That way back up.
If you just hand that over at the next aid station, depending on how charged you are, if it's
I will. What's your name?
Gabby.
Gabby. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just
If
tell her.
not, hang on to it until
Nah,
the
it should be charged by then. This should have been good for like a day and a half.
No stress. Don't even worry about it. Keep it as long as you need.
Cheers. 3 out. 3 out. Thank you, guys.
See you next time. I'll go with him. 4.
Thank you. Thank you.
You guys, is that alright?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just gonna walk it out for a minute and then.
Yeah. Was it Shane? I don't know where the hell he went.
Went who?
Shane.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, the next station's only in like 10 k's, so.
Oh, they said 11K.
Well, yeah. Same thing.
1911, whatever.
How you guys going?
I'm feeling okay, actually. It just concerns me that I'm sweating as much as I am.
Yeah, I know.
So, trying to stay on top of hydration and take in some salt. There's a few, like, first iteration race things that I think I might change around a little. It's just getting folks kind of used to having a bunch of runners who are just scrambling around to get things sorted out at each station, and then maybe having a few other things there to eat, drink, take with. Like, especially this hot, the salt pills or the S caps, those are really nice to have. Like, I'd be having a couple of them now and then, but should be all right. All right, shall we a little?
Yep. Is it the front?
Yep.
You know, then you food, then you drink.
Just talking about the aid stations here. Needing to get into a bit of a groove when runners come in. Amelia and I have been linked up for a little while, intermingling stretches of running with stretches of hiking while it's as hot as it is. Logan stealthily appeared behind us.
It's good when that breeze comes through every now and then.
Yeah, trying to take it easy during the
Oh, you live streaming this on your YouTube channel?
heat of the day. No, not live streaming anything, man. Are you kidding? But I'll put a video together afterwards.
Yeah, nice. Hey, it's a mixed bag the last 40 days or 50 days, whatever it is. So
Yeah, totally.
funny stuff, bit of standy, bit of boardwalk.
Yeah. I think we're in peak heat of the day at the moment too.
I was just thinking about it before actually. I was kind of like, I was going to try and like some sleep breaks during the night and try and mimic my normal sleep pattern to some extent, but then I was like, it'd probably be quite smart to try and have a sleep during the heat of the day.
Yeah.
Just to escape the heat for a few hours.
Yeah. It's not a bad plan.
Or you could just push on through.
Yeah.
Through Hero Wood.
When you get that breeze, it's nice.
It is.
Trees with like shaggy little hairdos on them. So it really is warm. It's 1:45. Been going for 5, 6, closing in on 7 hours. Right at about 50K right now. I think I've got about 4 or 5 to the next aid station. And I was running with a little group, but just getting a little hot. I do not want to pay a price later for that, so slowing it down a bit. Coming into third aid station. Be good to have a little reset. Let me try and find some salt. I don't want to spend too long here this time. Whew. Oh, look at this. F1 pit crew right here. Hey, you guys. 3.
Done.
Thank you, thank you. Good work. Is there an empty chair somewhere?
Yeah, in here.
Thank you, thank you. Ooh.
Watermelon mint.
Oh, that's great.
You want the birthday cake?
Mmm. You have no idea how awesome this drink is. Mmm. Mmm.
That's great.
Things to do when I find some running water is just dip the hat, get a little water all over, especially when it's warm like this. Oh, it's beautiful. There we go. Wow, look at this. Struggling a little bit. It's hot. You can see my shorts are just salted up. My shirt is soaked. A little bit of salt on the wings. And I am eating pretty steady, but I'm not, doesn't feel like I'm digesting a lot at the moment. So, looking forward to getting cooler. Just been power hiking for a little while, slightly uphill here, but get to the next couple aid stations. And my stupid phone, for some reason, has been turning itself on off of airplane mode, so my battery is almost wasted. I was hoping to get one complete Strava track off this, but I don't know if it will. So, just keeping on moving. This section, one word. Flies. Flies! Coming aid station has left their mark on the way in. Some Aussie bandanas and flags. And there's a car. This will be good. Hopefully. Oh, and look at that, some thongs too. Hanging out on the road. Oh yeah. This will be good. And more. Whoop whoop. That's what I like to hear. That is what I like to hear. Here she comes. You guys are looking very Aussie. Thank you, thank you. 3 in. Woo. Getting the treatment. My feet are absolutely filthy.
That's yours.
Yeah, maybe right here. And there are these wicked little flies. Great. New shoes, new clothes, less sweaty. A ginger beer, which was going to help settle my stomach a good bit, give me some calories. Next section, 17K. That was a strategic. Just take a little extra time. Julie and I are just chatting about kids and life and business and whatnot. How
lucky we are.
We both have spouses who are way more laid back. Yeah. She was asking about my full tilt moniker. I was kind of explaining, well, that's how I do things. So she's like, that's what I do too. Like, she says, does my wife do that? I'm like, no, exactly the opposite. She likes to be chill. Oh, it's my husband. This looks like it had bushfire at some point. I don't know. I guess it must be pretty recent because there's brown leaves on the trees.
Yeah.
And super fresh growth in the underbrush. I think they're called black boys, and they're supposed to be quite expensive. You have to have them, buy them from a dealer and have paperwork to own one. And they only survive if they are burned every now and then. So you can see all their trunks are burned, but the top is not. That's what they need to survive. Going through fire. Through this burn area, it's huge. But the whole forest is rejuvenated around it. Nice twilight. Soon it'll be headlamp time. Probably just before getting to the next aid. Stomach has settled a little bit, which is good. Looking forward to night. Although a little bit concerned because it doesn't seem, there hasn't been a shred of course marking anywhere other than the little triangles. So I'll be watching the GPS all the time. I've got my phone plugged into my external battery, which is huge. So I think I saved the track, which is nice. Hopefully I'll get a full one beginning to end. A worthwhile stop. First actual food. We got a crowd here. It's all good. Emily's there waiting. Off we go. Now, look at this little guy here. Hey, buddy. A beautiful little frog. Let's see if he moves. Get off the trail. Oh. There's more critters at night than during the day that you can see. There are these little spiders and beetles that have reflective qualities to their eyes or something. I keep seeing them and thinking, oh, look at that, but it's a spider. It's not like a course marking. That would have been cool. Momentous occasion. The first piece of flagging, 60 miles in. 2 of them, look at that. It's going through a tunnel with a lot of branches and grass poking out onto the trail. It's kind of pretty, but it's also a little sketchy with all the little branches dead falling down, getting caught in your feet and shoelaces. I'm minding my own business here and come across the trail. Look at that thing. That is one huge and scary looking spider. Holy crap, and it stretched right across the trail. Woo! So there's the size. It's, the body itself is as big as a, just like the abdomen in the end is as big as a, holy crap, look at that thing. Oh my word. I'm glad I didn't run into that. I might just take down the nest so the next person doesn't hit it. Well, I think it's okay. I like these. Look at this thing. That thing is, again, it's huge. And it is head height on the trail. Jesus. So I'd just gotten used to looking down for snakes because someone came across a snake at night, kind of jumped out of the way and then tried to use its pole to get it off the trail, and the snake was having none of it, man. And then giant attack spiders. Good Lord. Now I gotta look up and down. Collection of folks here. Hey, there's Felix Andrew. Look at all these people. All right, I think I'm gonna head off. Thank you so much for looking after us. Well, there's the beach. and the sea. I guess we're running along the beach for a while. Can't really see it, but I'm sure you can hear it. Big waves. Chill here, listen to them. Huh. Must be a freshwater or brackish water coming down to the sea. I heard it and I thought, what is that? Someone talking? Frogs. Oh, just soft sand dunes and stairs and overgrowth. This is definitely up and down, up and down, up and down. Sparsely marked trail. This is the hardest section yet. Well, light is coming up. We've hooked up for the last, oh, I don't know, 3 miles, 4 miles. And it's been very sandy, very up and down. And the path is somewhat overgrown. So it seems like it's cloudy, ton of moisture in the air. This is a overgrown trail and the growth is kind of prickly.
Very prickly.
Very prickly. This is a bouncy bridge. Woo! Oh, and there's lights. That means aid station is close. Limit 3 people on that. I approve of the sketchy bridge. Hello. Hey.
How you going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Oh my word. And 3.
33 and 3.
And somewhat leisurely at the aid stations, just looking after feet and calories, since I'm relying on the aid station food more than stuff that I'm carrying. Just finding it challenging to eat stuff out of my bag. These trees, massive eucalyptus and gum tree and all kinds of stuff. Big hill and then rolling. Got my sunscreen on, changed the batteries in my headlamp, and grabbed a couple things for this next section. Some crazy bird noises, the kookaburra going to town. Just getting to the top of the hill. Looks pretty open. Just kangaroo. I don't know if you can see him. He's over. I'll go off course a little. This is a golf course we're going through. And we got a kangaroo on the golf course. There he goes. Hee hee. GoPro is not good for detail at distance, but I'll zoom in a little for that one. Kangaroo! Bridge over a body of water. Very quiet, only 8:30 in the morning. Amazing thing we have not seen in the 85-90 miles we're in right now. Total some hikers on the trail, 0, not 1. Only people that I see are people involved with the race, with the exception of one camping area. I saw a woman just sitting at a picnic table. So, oh, here he comes. Nice work. Kylie and I making it to the Walpole aid station, back of this hotel. It's also a sleep station. I got a few rooms, so if anybody wants to crash, we got a car back. Hello.
It's only Alex.
Just hurl yourself on the hood.
Over to this side over here, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Get his hands up. Over to the cone.
My mum and dad here.
Your mom and dad?
Yeah, the camper van.
Oh, nice.
I came down to.
We are.
What would you like? We got some bacon.
Yes.
Any coffee?
You had me at bacon. No, but if you have tea and milk, I would do some milk tea. Is that possible? Go for a swim, but I'm heading out. Had some bacon and hash brown, milk tea. It's kind of misting right now. Kylie's gonna have a bit of a rest Glenn's gonna have a bit of a rest, but I'm actually feeling fine, so just gonna keep moving. Glenn's got a pacer. They'll probably be moving pretty good when they start, so probably see him again. 9 point something to giant tingle tree, which is where I have my first drop bag. Be able to change my socks. My shoe and sock strategy has been less than ideal so far. I'll probably finish with a couple pretty good blisters because I've got these shoes, the Cascadias, rather than the Ultras. Running right next to a body of water. An inlet, so it's salt water. I went and dipped my hands and elbows and knees, which felt good. I think we're kind of skirting town and then getting back on the regular Bibbulmun. A shower with cold fresh water. That is a win.
Carrie,
Nice to
I
meet
was
you.
talking to your aid post.
Aid station, yeah.
Yeah, it's just up the road.
Yeah.
A few kilometers.
Yeah.
Amazing what you guys do. Crazy.
Ron was just saying he's surprised we haven't seen anybody. He's the first hiker, like the first legit person who's out there on the trail.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
In 100 miles, 100k, 100 miles.
In 100 miles.
Yeah.
160k.
There's a father and daughter not far behind me.
Yeah.
They're the second ones, but yeah, I don't get it. It's quiet, but I don't mind. I mean.
Yeah, no, of course not.
And why you do this?
I enjoy the challenge.
Challenge.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's fun in a way where you're doing something that's going to involve heat, rite of passage, suffering. It's like, going through, you'll have some low moments.
Yeah.
So, and then you get a high moment too.
Did you have your low already?
Well, I'll have more.
Hey, Riley.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Dad, we caught up.
How do we catch up with you?
I spent at least an hour with that aid post. I was just intrigued, it's just what these guys doing is crazy.
Yeah. I was going to email you because we spoke to two of them, they told us, so we're actually going to email and let you know what was going on.
Second and third hikers in 100 miles, 160k.
Yeah, there's not many hikers on the track.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to keep going. Good to see you. Nice to meet you. Enjoy your time on the trip.
Number 11, if that's any consolation to what's gone past us
today. I'm perfectly content with that. There are some incredible trees here. Just massive. I think they must be the tingle trees. They're very interesting in how they're built and grown. Hard to look at the trail and look all around at these trees. Beautiful. Look at the size of this tree. The bottom's been burnt out, but look how thick this is. It dwarfs me. It's got to be diameter-wise, maybe 13, 14 feet. Wow. These are giants. The bottom, easily a good 20 feet. That's amazing. Trying to find the aid station. Hopefully not too far. Well, this looks like an aid station. Here we are. I know you're dying for customers. There's one. Good to see you folks.
Changing your t-shirt.
What's that?
Are you changing your t-shirt or am I just very tired?
I'm changing again actually. There!
That look familiar.
My first drop bag. How excited. Tracking this section up and down, up and down, up and down. Then we come to this big bridge. The water is a little brownish, otherwise I'd be tempted to go for a quick swim. It's pretty. I think we'll be back on Bibbulmun here pretty darn quick. Road, the GP X file does not match the entrance to the thing. A little irksome. Just put in another kilometer of distance up a hill and back down that you can walk into. This is pretty cool. You find a camp in one. I think we are close. Couple more. I still don't see a tent. Oh, there we go. Over here we are at the treetop walk. Well, this should be good. Hey, hey, how's it going?
Well done. Is Glenn?
I haven't seen Glenn. Kylie's right behind me, though. Good. Hey, good to see you.
How are you?
Very well. How are you? All right. Which throne should I take? Three.
Number 3.
Don roped into being my pacer. This is the only pacer I got the whole time. He's running me around the treetop and through the ancient gift shop or whatever it is.
Ancient Empire.
Ancient Empire.
Let's do it.
All right.
Run?
Yeah, we can run. We can make it happen. These trees are bonkers, aren't they, the way they look?
Look at them. There's big bills on some of them. Not
Yeah.
here, but you know, some of the bills are just amazing.
Yeah, they are for sure. Oh, look at this.
We go through here where these people are, and go through the treetop.
Do I need to...
No, that's right.
How you doing? I'm a runner.
he's
Yeah. Thank you, thank you. Very excited. Thank you for having us.
Wait till you see this, mate. This is awesome. So in a couple of hours, they've got all the lights and everything lit up
cool.
for us.
That'd be cool.
They've got these laser lights on here that light all these trees up. And
What time do they close, though?
they're closed now, so these would probably be the last 2 people in.
Oh, really?
But yeah, they open up all night for us. Up to you.
Oh, look at this. I'm gonna have to extend the camera for the first time. There we go. All right, Sean, you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Do it.
Running uphill. Gosh, this is pretty cool.
But you've never done an event with something like this in it.
That's true. That is true. This is, I think this is like the signature part.
It's gotta be, hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Pretty cool.
Hey. Yeah. I started back there about 200 metres, so.
So,
you, mate.
I'm glad you're enjoying yourself out here. God, we're high, aren't we?
Oh, I love this.
Look at how high we are here.
Touch your head.
Whack my head on that. That would not be the way to...
They were saying they don't trim them, because if you trim them, they die all the way back to the trunk.
Really?
Yep, even if you just prune it.
Wow. Is that a bird, the thing that sounds like a baby?
Yep.
Wow.
That'd be a crow. Yeah, it's a crow. Have you heard the kookaburras?
Yeah, I heard kookaburra this morning, actually. Oh my word.
Cool. So just up here is the highest point.
Right here?
Yeah, you're 40 metres up.
Oh, you know what we need? We need to get a picture or two here too.
Done.
Lovely. Yeah, you got to make sure to... Oh yeah, that's great.
There you go. 40 metres above, 70 metres high are the trees.
This is ridiculously high. Wow. This is awesome. Really gives you an idea of how big these
400,
trees are.
they're between 400 and 500 years old.
Wow. That's cool.
And the carry, that's a carry tree.
Mm-hmm.
So the tingles are these ones. That's a carry tree. They're the world's 3rd biggest tree. So the tallest are in the California, the pine in California.
The redwood, yeah.
Yeah, and then the next biggest are in Tasmania.
Really?
Yeah, and then these ones are the 3rd biggest tree
species in the world.
New Zealand used to have the kauri tree, but they cut those into extinction.
Oh, really?
Yep, that was a massive tree. There, when the wood is so valuable,
Yep.
they where they cut them down in swamps and stuff, it preserved the trunks. So they pull up these trunks that are just massive.
Size of trucks.
And then they, you know, make stuff out of the wood.
Yep.
Oh, this is too funny that this is part of the course. Gosh, look at this. Well, good on you for putting this thing together.
Oh, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's been rather an honour, if I'm completely honest.
I know.
So glad you got to bloody come over too.
Yeah, me too. I know how much work it is to do this kind of thing. And
oh yeah.
Hats off.
I get a buzz out of it, mate. I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it.
Well, I'm optimistic that your race is going to have a pretty good future.
Oh, I think so too, to be honest. It's already had a good future even if we stopped in a few days' time.
Yeah.
Not good future, a good story.
Yeah. Gosh, look at this. There's some very cool trees. So in the lounge, the head of United Way, Asia and Australia, he's like, how long is your run? I said, it's long. But he's got friends who run ultras. So he said, oh, 50K? And I said, well, longer than that. Oh, really? Longer than 50K? Is it 100K? No. I just said 350K. He's like, what? Is that one race? I said, yeah. He said, how's that work? And then Mark said, go. There you go. See what happens. He couldn't believe it. He was sending an email to his friend who's the ultra person. So I told him how to follow it. I don't know if he was going to or not, but
yeah, it's a different beast, isn't it?
Oh, here, we need one more shot here. That's the ocean out there. We're heading down there eventually. Just past a big field of sheep. We got about 7K to go to the next aid. The kookaburra birds. Listen to them. Discovered the next level here. Chili sauce, homemade, eggs with olive.
Love the idea of Milo.
We got
you have so many sweet things and just craze for
Bill and Jane looking after us. Bill, barefoot in the kitchen.
Not allowed, eh?
No, you can do whatever you like.
Only your husband's allowed to do
And do you want honey or sugar in it?
No, nothing. Thank you.
Yeah. Crab right there. Hey, buddy, how's it going? No, he's not.
Is he alive?
Yeah, he's alive. He's alive. He's probably gonna try and give me a good pinch too. Hey, yeah. Oh yeah. Pinch me, pinch me. Oh, now he's coming at me. He's coming at me. He's going. He's making a break for it. So, we lost a pacer. We got to cross this little creek, and there's a lot of sand and beach.
We got to cross.
Oh,
hang on a minute. Yeah, last time I had to cross. Wow. Okay.
trying to figure out how to get across this thing now.
Last time.
It looks like this is doable over here, maybe. There's a sandbar. Or right here. We can hop over. This looks like the best spot, actually. Yeah. Just cause a little bit of a avalanche and then whew.
When I can't jump back.
Well done. Get a little bit of water, and we noticed this guy right here. Check him out. What a beauty. He's probably waiting for someone to turn on the tap. I'm not gonna have to collect my money back. We found a snake. There it is, right there. He looks pretty chilled out at the moment, but I'm not gonna take too many chances with the deadly AUSSIE vipers. It looks like a green snake.
Seems like he's just relaxing.
Yeah, he is.
Yep.
Hey. Are you gonna get off the trail? Yeah. There he goes.
It's a pretty one.
Slithering off the right way. We know which Harry Potter house you belong to. I think it's a good idea to keep going. Yes, I do. There you go. Good eye. We are on the beach with waves right over there. I know you can't see them very well. Sandy footprints and water coming up to about 10 yards away. But this doesn't look like where we need to go. Find out what they have. We just arrived. This is where you can actually perhaps get a bit of sleep. Yeah, right here. So that'll be good for tonight. Maybe sleep for an hour and a half. Heading out from that aid station. Kylie and I rested for about an hour 30 each.
You're fabulous.
Oh, sorry about that, Peter. And we're now heading for a 24-kilometer section. It's about 3:30 a.m. So just became a little bit more alert at the expense of stiffening the body up a little bit. But off we go. Kangaroo skull, check it out. Teeth there, everything. And right underneath Peter's hand is that little walnut brain, which allows the giant, most unlikely creature just to bounce around in the woods. Richard, the infamous kayak man with his wobbly kayaks. We're gonna get across the river up here shortly. I've been looking forward to this the whole race, literally.
Brilliant.
Yeah, this should be fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to go with anyone, but I'll come and try just say.
Who's
I mean, I don't know if it's better for you two being more suit. I mean, I can even paddle one if you don't want to go. Oh no, because you got to bring them back.
I'm pretty.
Keep bringing them back.
Where are we hitting across?
So to that shed on the right.
Yep.
Down and
oh, I
across,
see. Yeah, yeah.
And if you guys are across first, if you could just pull it up.
Yeah. Well, we are off. Oh, this is great.
Leave them down there if you want, and then
I'll bring you in a little bit.
I'll just do a U-turn.
Oh yeah.
If you can just hook it back onto the back of the boat.
I can do that. Territory now. There's a little one. Hey, buddy. No? You're gonna bound off? That's cool. On a ridiculously steep sand section here. They have such steep sand washes that sort of crazy actually, but it's just rolling land. Shoes constantly filled with sand and dust. Not dirty usually, it's just sort of very fine puddles. Smiling because first time I've actually seen the ocean not in the dark. It is beautiful. Beach. You can just see Rob down there ahead. But this beach is massive, wide, white golden sand. It's gorgeous. I think we're on the beach for quite a while. So is amazing. Massive, beautiful beach, and we have it to ourselves. Not a single building, not a single person, not a single piece of litter. This is pristine and pretty amazing. I got goosebumps. Check this out. Just even talking about it. This is gorgeous. Woo! Day 6 to get here from Albany.
And you're going through to...
Well, they've closed it now near Bannister, so probably that's as far as I'll be able to go because they had big bushfire through there.
Okay.
Oh, really? Just the last couple days?
Now, so.
But today, how far are you going?
Oh, I'm only going to Peaceful Bay.
Peaceful Bay, beautiful.
Fish and chips tonight.
It's nice to meet you. What's your name?
Helen.
Helen, I'm Carrie.
Carrie, you just have a great day today. It's beautiful out there.
You as well. And you said we're not going to go to Albany because there's a bushfire, huh?
No, I'm not going
Oh,
to be able to go.
got it.
You're fine.
Okay, got it.
Luxury all the way.
Thank you. Just swapping out my third battery, coming around the corner and finding this. So this is the trail. It really is scenic and beautiful. We got Peter down there pacing, and there's Kylie going on. I've been kind of sticking with them, hop frogging back and forth. Much sandy fall line up and downing on this course. It is quite beautiful, but be ready for some sand. It's just sideways sand dune trail. This is crazy. You can barely make progress sliding down the hill. Well, this is Boat Harbor. I think that's our aid station just over there. Gonna be a good reset for me. Are coming into Boat Harbor. I see the pirates have invaded. Oh, and my bag is here. That's fantastic.
Every single day.
Yeah, you're supposed
You
to.
know, like...
And I don't know, how many people down here, they all reckon that it's closest to the...
Hopefully, yeah. All right, well, thank you, Melanie. Thank you, Sophie.
Thank you.
Got the zombie outbreak response team car. Look at this thing. This is set up. All right. It feels so good to be able to get into an aid station, change your shoes, get some good food, attend to all the little details like recharging the phone, which is sitting here with a giant charger, getting new battery in the GoPro, new memory card. Look at this. And stairs. We got a couple sections with serious stairs in them, which is better than sliding sand, which is what a lot of them are. Gosh, look at this. This is not too shabby. This is beautiful. This course is the gift that keeps on giving. Oh my word. Looks like we hugged this trail on the top for a while. It's a long climb from sea level to here, but well worth it. Gosh, this place. It is hot. Luckily, there's a bit of a sea breeze coming, from the ocean, which I catch every now and then. And I'm also, like, the heat is just making me a little tired, so hoping to get some cold water at the next station. Everywhere, and then you see stuff like this. Snake? No, just a stick. There's so many of them like that. So this aid station is in the middle of a camping area, which is a little bit confusing when you're looking for camping gear, but some lady on an RV just came by and said that what I'm looking for is down by the water. So I'm assuming it's straight ahead. It's 110, hot today, but there was a little bit of a breeze for a while, which was a blessing. Wanting it to cool off. It's kind of rough. So we are being looked after at this aid station here. Angels, the whole bunch of them. Look at them. Foot maintenance and ginger beer with ice and donut delivery. This is amazing. You guys are fantastic. Thank you. So we left the aid station feeling quite rejuvenated, right? We got some good
donuts.
A donut and a lot of foot care. So my feet are actually feeling pretty good right now. And we've got this whole bay to run around. It's about 8K. And then we climb up and do the next one. We got to try and make a boat. Get to the Denmark aid station in 4 hours.
5 hours.
5 hours, so 7 you mean?
Yeah.
So what you're looking at on Peter's legs there are snake gaiters. Kylie's got them too. But the idea is it's a very stiff gaiter that will help prevent snakes from latching onto your calves. A lot of people are running with them.
There's actually not a lot of people. It's really quite surprising.
There's actually a few women who are definitely running with them.
Whereas you have your socks
Yeah.
bait.
Yeah, all mine is, I wave a bright color in front of them that looks like a snake and hope that they don't want to date my calf. So we're 150 miles in, maybe a little bit more, closing in on 160 miles. And Kylie's got a slow running pace and I've got a fast power hike, or a running pace which is faster than hers, but I don't like to sustain it for that long. So we're just balancing it all out on this beat, sort of caterpillaring back and forth. But trying to make up time so we can get the last boat, which means 30K in the next 4.5 hours. You're coming in. Look at these guys. This is running on gasoline here. Hey guys.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you, thank you. Ooh, look at this. We're ascending these conveyor belts, which don't move. They are so steep that the sand is deemed inadequate for getting people and vehicles up. So that's where we're coming from, and heading up past a place called Monkey Rock, which sounds like it's built for me, but not gonna climb it today. It's a big rock formation, just kind of over there. You can see it through the trees. That appears to be a little rock formation, Monkey Rock. We are at the top of a pretty good climb out, although top is always subjective, probably more ahead. Supposed to be a lot of up and downing. You think he said a vertical mile of elevation in the next 25K maybe? Has just been baking us. And we are heading into some woods, which are gonna feel pretty good. A lot cooler. Here is a big rock that we're just passing by. Formation. It's quite pretty actually, and definitely different than where we were with the sand and shrubs. So grateful for the variety right now. What's that? Over here as well? Oh yeah. Look at that. Wow. Yeah. Beautiful. Look at this beach here. One person swimming. 2 people. Oh my word. This is gorgeous. Yes, we're heading down to the beach. See a flag or anything? Yeah, we go. I think we go down.
These poles are really annoying me.
Dodgy.
Yeah, no, what it is, the Velcro bit that holds this thing down has lost its Velcro.
Yeah.
Wow. Ah, yeah. I don't know where we go.
Oh, that is Elephant Rock. It's got a little trunk, as you can see, and sort of protected inlet, which is kind of cool. Look at all these. The white things on the beach are cuttlefish skeletons. Good for birds' beaks. I got a wing flying here. Looks like he's maybe going in for a landing over there, or maybe just riding the thermals back up. Scenery, pretty ridiculous around here. These beaches, like almost nobody's on them right now. Ah, pink flagging up there. We're on the right way. We're good. 3 kilometers to Aid. That's a leech?
It looks like it.
Oh, how nice. We got leeches flopping
they
around.
Suck your blood.
I'm like, what? What's that?
Is that on you?
No, you ran over something and maybe there were a few of them there. And they kind of waggled around. That one stayed out. Well, I didn't know you had leeches here. That's nice.
Well, that's what it looks like when you're out.
Against cat-like movement after 160 miles of running. Look at that. Getting down like a gymnast. All right. Boom. There it is. Hello, hello.
Well done.
All right. Here we are. Oh. So it's your birthday, are you Sue then? Thanks. Thanks, Sue. And what's your name?
Rob.
Rob Carey. Thank you. All right, I hate to break up the party here, but
good luck, guys.
thank you. Yeah.
Take care, eh?
I will do.
At 2:30 in the morning, whatever time it was, with a little bottle of champagne.
So happy anniversary! I'm sure she can unload the lippies and nail polish. And
I might as well give you my hat and the sun's up.
Yeah, but I think you're all right without.
15 kilos.
You've got about an hour of lightness.
I just have a drink.
Dieback. Boot cleaning. Clean boots before entry.
Spray the stuff.
Heading up Mount Halliwell on the way out. We just passed Monkey Rock, and the foliage has changed again significantly compared to what we were in 20 minutes ago. Trail, leaves, no sand. Can I get a whoop whoop for that? No sand. Yeah. I think getting close to the top, or at least where the rocks are. Look at that. Yeah. That's pretty. We'll catch a bit of a sunset up there. It's a steady climb. Pretty rocky. A little dirty. It would be good fun running down, but a little chaotic too. And we've been warned, snakes around here. I haven't seen any yet, so every time a branch jumps, I'm like, oh my God. But you can see You just look at the ground, you're like, ooh, is that a snake? No, that's not a snake. What about that? No, not a snake. What about that? Oh my. Very cool. Big opening in the rock. No, there'll be no marker, it's just a viewpoint. Because this, I think, just goes up and then down the other side. We're just going over to see if we can catch a view of the sunset in this direction.
Just behind the tree.
Oh my.
Pretty though, isn't it?
Look at that. That's beautiful. That is sensational. We are banging around in this boulder field, climbing up this path that is pretty crazy for middle of the night. Oh, there's a handrail. Look at this. Wow, how civilized. There we go. Yep, and there's Bibbleman sign up there. That's actually the trail. Wow.
Need it though.
We are still in the woods here, and that section is super technical. Super technical to the point where, unless you've done a lot of that, it's going to be tough for anybody, because the marking is Spartan, and there are some parts where there's no real trail. You're just going up boulders and stuff. Wow. Here, who eventually got on, kind of chasing around. Then he's just committed to being camouflaged there. But he is a big dude. There's my pole, and there's that spider. Australia! We've been in this odd section going through a town with pretty Spartan. There's a few of these that we're following, and we found this, which seems to be where we're going next. About halfway there. We have been stumbling around dark, deserted roads out in the middle of nowhere, trying to follow a GPS track for quite some time, trying to find this boat, sleep station, car driving thing. It's crazy. It is crazy. I know we're on the right track because I see footprints of runners, but Jesus. Feels like we're just in people's backyards. Yeah, and there's their dog. It is crazy. Yeah. I don't know how people are supposed to feel.
No, I reckon we should have come from there. See?
I don't know.
Oh, I reckon we should have come from there.
We were right on the GPX track, though.
Yeah.
And there was no sign, no Bibbleman sign that we missed. Have been shuttled across. We are just about to head out. Yeah, thank you.
Well, awesome. Good luck.
See you at the end.
Heading back off here. Just following Kylie through this grass section next to the inlet. Beautiful moon out there. I don't know how the GoPro is with low-level lighting, but it's peaceful and still. These little microclimates we're going through, where we got out from our ride across the inlet. It was cold. Then we entered into several warm patches. Now it's kind of warm the whole time, huh? Where I'm just kind of lost in my head. And at some point I think, where in the hell am I? I don't even know where I am. I'm thinking, and then it dawns on me, oh yeah, I'm southwestern Australia. Yeah. We are probably less than a kilometer away from the aid station. I am particularly struggling with trying to stay awake, so I'm weaving around. I'm looking up at Peter and seeing things that aren't necessarily there, and just trying to gut it out till the aid station. You can see there's some light in the sky, so morning will happen soon. That'll help a bit, but we might take a couple minutes at this next station. I don't think anybody's ahead or behind us, so nothing's gonna happen. All right, these guys have been amazing because they have let us crash at this non-sleep station at a vital time. That was my bed for a half hour, and now we're gonna head off. Freezing. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
See you guys.
Take care.
Rob Meta.
Peter was talking to Lisa, who has had 2 1-minute naps and 2 3-minute laps, and then fell into the drain, circling the bathtub, unable to move for 2 hours, thinking that she was lost until Rob came along and helped her out. And what did Rob say? Just found her and came in?
Yeah, they found her because he was running with his pacer.
Oh, that's nice.
And they brought her down into here.
Oh, frog.
Yep.
Oh, that's too bad. We're motoring along. 7:30. We got Peter leading the charge up ahead. He and I are having a chat about politics, bucket lists, and religion, which is pretty far-ranging, keeping the mind engaged, because going into that last aid station, I was pretty much zombified. I couldn't walk straight on the trail, kept bouncing off stuff, kept looking ahead and seeing things that weren't there. So we had a little bit of a sleep, and it was cold. So, but now it's warm already at 7:30 a.m. It means it's gonna be a long day in the hot. Our overlook right now, morning time, 8:30. Kylie just saw another little snake back there, just kind of scooting out of the way. I did not see it, but we are moseying down probably 8K to the next aid station, a little bit, around 40K to go to finish the 350K, 215 miles. So we'll get that done at some point today, and that'll be good. This was a lot tougher than I anticipated it would be. Stairs. This is on a rather dramatic line heading down towards the water. But the stairs, as you can see, are pretty irregular. Difficult to find a rhythm, and some of them kind of stick up. I got pieces of rebar sticking up too, like a big hazard. But you can see our trail heading off over there. So I see cars.
That's it.
We're on this arete ridge line. We're going to be heading over there ultimately. There's some wind turbines that we're going to be going through the way into Albany. But we need to descend all the way down there first, and then back up to rejoin the trail. So just wanted to throw in one more good climb as we go.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. This is pretty. I had an anti-erosion sand protection things, like these boards, upside down fruit crates and weird things. And there's a lot of little things that grow up that look like leaves, or it's a cut off plant which is just left an inch or two above, so a lot of little stumbles. But I have not yet touched the ground, knock on wood. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I've had 3 mild ankle rolls, probably 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10, and then the worst one was probably maybe a 6 out of 10. So not bad. Price to pay for all this. This is a long, arduous descent down to the aid station, which we just need to turn around and go straight back up afterwards. So a bit of fun. It's been, looks like trimmed recently, so there's a lot of brush to trip over like that on the way down. But seeing if they have a shower down there so that I can jump in the ocean. It looks very welcoming.
Welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Good to see you.
Wow.
Okay, who we got here? Number?
3.
Number?
3.
3. Okay.
Hey.
Well done.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, my word.
How you going? You hot?
Yeah, hot.
Alright.
Doing the climb out of Shelley Aid. There's a bit of a down here. Peter and Kylie left a few minutes earlier, and I'm just gonna go catch them up. She's feeling a little stiff, her knees are hurting a bit, so. But we've only got about a marathon to go. So we've done 195 miles, something like that, which is pretty darn good. Actually, I'll look at my Strava, see what it says. Pull it out. Having these phones and cameras available in the front pocket, it's caught up on my credit card, is super handy on these runs. Okay, let's see where we are. 198.7 miles over 75 hours. Well, pretty soon it's gonna be 200, and then it'll be, looks like my distance will be about 225, a little over 220. Bonus mileage, just what you need. We are just coming up this massive stone shield. Todd, who's working at the next aid station, has done a quick out and backwards in the course to Shelley Beach, and now we're just chatting on the way back. Peter and Kylie are back. She's still hurting a bit, so we'll see how they end up going. But what a great track. It's just marked by that cairn at the bottom, and then probably, I don't know, are we going up there?
I hope not.
I guess we're not going up there.
That one looks a bit steep.
We're heading down the stairs to the aid station now. Been waiting to get there for a while. Lots of stairs. Still on the bubble one. And this is our next run of this sandy stretch. Yeah. People are looking after everybody here.
It is. So check in, take your card, and then you go.
I knew the turn was there.
Look at this, you can have 20 minutes here.
Dead out just before, and I had a bit of a.
Oh, fluke?
Yeah. So you go.
You sure?
Totally your call.
No, I need to. I'm sleeping on the trail as I'm going. Just 20 minutes, that's all.
Are you off right now, Lisa?
Pardon me?
Are you off right now?
I'm doing alright.
Peanut butter, I think there's honey.
How long is this?
5.6 to the next one.
Is it 5.6 now, is it?
To the next one, yeah, 5.6.
What's that?
Yeah, it's straight down the beach and then...
Maybe,
What's that, mate?
maybe I'll run with you if you want company.
Either.
You don't care.
I only 5k, mate. But yeah, if you want to come with me, sure. Safety in numbers. Those beach snakes. I was gonna. Yeah, you leave me in that section where I can get lost and get eaten by snakes, and now you want to run with me on the beach? Like seriously?
Carly calls it Snake Gully.
Oh,
And
that
did you
last
see the chopper pad that has been cut out to rescue people from being bitten by
Yeah,
snakes?
I know.
How many snakes did you guys see?
A lot.
Did you? Is there any ice, Sandy?
Yes. Yeah, in here.
Down here. Great. Thank you.
With my phone and my app and stuff.
It's not right, yeah. The first one, we're talking about some of the navigational difficulties. The first headlands we went into, I was on the trail, but it was not showing, the trail was showing up higher, and you had to just commit to that wrong trail for quite some time before it actually started to overlap. And then I also went wrong once going up one of the big roads open, and then I saw the Bibbulmun track entrance to the right, but it was showing you just keep carrying on down this road a little ways and then turned in a little higher. Totally the wrong thing. It was, you know, it wasn't common with the track. So all that stuff gets worked out, I think.
Yeah, and I think we're all using different maps.
Could be.
Which is probably a bit of an issue. I use Sean's, and I found if I was slightly off it, then I was off it.
Yeah, I use OSM, which is really good for battery life, but almost no frills or anything. All it does is show the line, essentially. Maybe a few details, but you know, sometimes we're marching in blue because it looks like we're in water. But we are enjoying this section here.
Speak of the bludgeon. How to get anywhere.
Lisa's just telling me that last night she got to a point where the mental and the physical started to separate, and she was wandering. They said you wandered around for a couple hours, just thinking there was.
Yeah, last night was probably 30 minutes, but then yesterday afternoon was 2 hours. There was mental function in there. I just couldn't find the path.
Where were you yesterday afternoon?
Mount Holloway.
Oh yeah.
Like last night, I was in a campsite, a big track campsite.
Yeah.
And just walking around it for half an hour and not knowing how to get out of it.
Yeah. I think it's always the worst navigating when there's multiple options. Campsites, roads, entrances, exits. Got no idea.
You know, the cauldron of fire sort of melts people together.
Yeah.
And
it does. Well, that's heat. Heat and intense experience draws people together. Just saying. What's your last name?
Spink.
Spink.
Not allowed to put this on social media.
No, don't. I'll do a video, but if you don't want, I'll eliminate this clip. But if you don't mind, I'll put it in. Because whenever when I have these thoughts, I'm like, oh, that would be somewhat interesting. I was just talking about, there's not very many people who've done this. We've been out for 3 days and a little bit, and we are 205 miles in, something like that, into a run. We've had this intense human experience in unique circumstances with almost nobody out there, and here we are heading towards the finish at some point, but having a nice conversation. It's really good. Not a like I'm gonna go kick your ass kind of thing. I'm sure that exists, but it's like this is just nobody's got time for that here.
That was probably about 20 hours ago. There's event stuff too, or life goals, or anything.
Lisa's just
every time you pull the pin,
just saying that to get to this place where we are right now, there's a lot of struggle and focus and expense and training, and you got to go through some kind of suffering, and you can pull the pin, but if you do that, to get back here, you got to go through it all again. So I feel for people who come and they have distress the first day and pull the pin, because that means probably at some point they're going to think, oh man, I got to go back and do that again. I'm probably not going to feel that. What about you?
yeah, sometimes I think it's the guys that really get very close to the end.
Oh.
They're heartbreakers, because it's so close, and then something happens, a medical or whatever, a timeout, and then we all go back and we reboot and start at zero again.
Yep. And we're not at the finish yet, but at this point I'm presuming that we're going to. Yeah. Well, dogs are playing on the beach. Aid station is right up at the top up there, the green hut. And we got a bunch of stairs with a piece of pink tape on it. Actually, at night, that's going to be very visible, I think, for people. The hut up there.
Yeah.
So, being looked after here. They got the Brits van with the kitchen fired up.
Thank you.
No, I can't do that either right now. Thank you, though. Yeah.
13 and 9.
Yep, you're almost there.
You know what? It's pretty good not having that phone.
You know, in Australia, there's danger everywhere. There's the spiders, the snakes. But we kept hearing this clapping, and it's just a live firing range next to our run. So be careful. Oh, now we're walking on pallets again.
What I love though is that the immediate thought wasn't, it's a gunshot.
No. We are coming across this mountain range just to the north of the South Sea. The entire mountain is made of sand, and there are wind turbines up that we're going to be passing by. It's quite beautiful. It looks like maybe we even have a little viewpoint out there, which I'm not going to visit today, in a very un-Carrie-like move. Walk here seems to be 800k of boardwalk to the aid station, the car park, last one. Probably just water.
I'll get a bit of nutrition as well.
Oh, this is great. Oh, look at these peoples. Hey, Bill.
Big man, how are you?
I'm great.
Yeah.
Enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, having a good time.
Yeah, lovely, lovely. Well,
We're gonna probably blaze through here pretty quick. How far is it to the end?
about 10.
10. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
I think we just want to get there light.
Yeah, no, you'll get there light.
Guard it with your life. Lisa has to have this phone.
Yeah,
But it was,
Yeah, it looks
Here we
good
go.
with the windmill. you
Getting
know.
photo done.
Nice.
Okay, stop posing. Let's go.
I'm coming this way. You're not running up that way. So I just.
We're going back down that way?
You can't put it on socials if you got an audience.
You trying to get rid of us?
It's Sean's page.
Go back to where you came from. Woo. Finishing it off with proper trail. Still overlooking the ocean in a very beautiful way. And the trail, for 8K left to go in the whole race out of 350, is refreshingly kind of rough and untraveled, which I like. The place we're going through right now had a burn recently, so there's some regrowth happening and some stuff just dying away. It's pretty beautiful. Lisa and I are running it in. Seems to be we're off the single track and now going down into town. We've got about 4 kilometers, maybe 5 to go. Not sure. Hoping we get there just before it gets dark. So that feels good. Congratulations.
You!
Well done.
Got to get there yet.
Yeah, I've some confidence that we'll make it. It's been running quite a distance on this monotonous, super sandy, deep sand 2-track, but it's generally downhill. It's not bad. 6:15, somewhere between 3K and 4K to go, probably. That's it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I had a 6K to go.
Ooh, I don't know. Well, we're zigzagging around, we're woggling around, and town is somewhere nearby. We're pretty sure we're going to get out and run on a road for a little bit. We could hear a road, but it's not clear where we are. Pretty terrain though. Oh,
That was only a shoulder charge.
almost. This is rather unusual. We are just zigzagging around different parts of town, hearing roads nearby, but we can't see anything, and we keep changing directions like 180 degrees it seems like. But oh, see, we got marker right behind us, so we're on the right track. I don't think it matches the GPS track again, but seems like we're gonna get to the finish. That's our goal. It is satisfying to complete a big project. which is still not complete as you highlighted, but it's gonna be complete. I have faith. Straight across. Maybe. Or down the road.
That's dodgy. Going that road.
Well, we don't know which way to go. So let me look. Okay, here we are. Straight ahead. That's the path. And we sweep out by the water, and then we get back on the road essentially. So Lisa very kindly just sent me off. I don't think she's up for a big finish line celebration type of thing. More introverted, which I will respect. So I'm gonna see if I can get in before 7 p.m. We started 7 a.m. 3 days ago, so 3.5 days to get this done. And feeling pretty good. Had a great time, met some good people. And even though it took longer than I was going to think it was going to take, well worthwhile. Super fun race. Very interesting terrain. I'm looking forward to finishing this ASAP. So, a couple moments of gratitude. First and foremost, my wonderful wife, Danielle, who I've been together for several decades and continue to love deeply. My amazing daughter, Indigo, cutting her way with grace and style through the world. My dad, who passed away this year. And all my running companions. The folks that I go out with on the trails or I run with at lunch. My gratitude to all of you. Gratitude to Candace for starting this whole 200 thing, and to Sean and Bill for making it happen here, welcoming me into the race. I appreciate it deeply. Thanks to my local hosts in Australia. Everyone has been so friendly. Melanie, thanks for picking me up from the airport, driving me here. Kylie, super pleasure getting to run with you as much as we did. And I know that you're gonna have a great finish with Peter. Looking forward to seeing you come across the line. And Rob and Dion and Candace and the Glens and Dave and all the people I ran with today. And also, gratitude goes out directly to Lisa for finishing off the run with me in a fun and friendly way. Delirious 200, I'll see you at the finish line in a moment. Well, I see flags. I think I'm gonna get in just before 7. Nobody home, but I'll get to cross the finish line, I believe. Right there. Whoop whoop! That looks like a finishing chute. Happy to be here. Happy to be at the end. Woo!
Here we go. Terry Ward coming through, brother.
Yay!
Thanks, bro.
Well done, brother.
That was fun.
Amazing.
You're amazing.
Great work, mate.
Thank you. That was a great course.
Brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you for your support. That was great.
Total time 83 hours 56.
I'll take
Got our
it.
calculations right this time.
I'll take it.
Well done, mate. How you feeling?
Surprisingly good, actually.
Yeah, you
I mean, I think there's it was definitely more elaborate in terms of the kinds of terrain, and more elaborate in terms of the variety, the ups and downs. Some challenges finding the right direction here and there.
Yep.
But I kind of like that too. So, see, I came thinking I'll probably get my fastest 200 here, my slowest, but I still feel fine.
True story.
And the other thing, in fairness, the heat here killed me. At the first day, I just was like, all right, I surrender.
Yeah, you and everyone else from the northern hemisphere, I think.
Yeah, I've been training in snow, which I like the slush because it's like sand, but
Yep.
yeah.
Well
It's
done,
fantastic.
mate. Got it done. Part of the first year, brother.
All right, here we go. You gotta keep this filming. This is a tradition. Hold on, hold on.
One question, next 5 minutes.
There's a little ceremony we do called race director finish line acrobatics.
All right.
Here's what you're going to do. You are going to put one foot right here on me, sideways like this. Then you're going to stand up straight. But you have to stand. Hold on. No. You're going to hold my hand. And now stand up like you're standing on the chair. One more time.
You can do this.
All right. Hold on. Let me go.
Wow.
Like this. You go.
Yeah.
Hang on. Whilst you're still there.
I will wear it every day.
Under your shirt.
Thanks, man. That was fun. That was super fun. Yeah, look at that hardware. That is a thing. And I don't want to get this nice white band too dirty on my filthy sunscreen and dirt covered.
Why are you dirty? What have you been doing?
I've hung out with Kylie and Peter for a long time, and then I did. Then her legs were starting to hurt, so she was seizing up upstairs, and I came into an aid station just when Lisa was leaving.
Yep.
I'm like, hey, you want to go? And she's like, sure. Let's.
So that last one.
Yeah, and then I wanted to have a bit of a fuss coming across the finish line. That's not her style, so she's coming. She said, just go. And then I looked at my watch. I'm like, I think I get in before 7, so I'm gonna run it.
Get your sub 84.
Yeah.
Good work, man.
Thanks, brother. Hey, looking good. Bringing it home in fine style.
Yeah. Well done. You've done it, Lex.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Way to go. Way to go.
Oh, straight into the frothies.
There she is.
Thank you. Hey, how are you, buddy?
Good. Good job, man.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. Oh, hey, Lauren, how are you? Can you get a photo of us? My phone.
What have you been doing?
Just went for a bit of a run. Yeah, thank you.
See you.
There you are.
Great work.
Fantastic work.
Yeah.
That was great.
No, good course.
Yeah, well done, Cole.
Yeah, I didn't take my shoes off and have a drink.
You're a legend. So your total time was, I think,
unpacking all my bags and drop bags, trying to get sweaty things out so they can be put in the laundry when I pack my bag. Leaving early tomorrow morning, I'm not just putting a whole rat's nest of crazy, ridiculous, sweaty stuff in. So we're heading over to it's the next day. I've had good 10-hour sleep, maybe 9.5 hours sleep, but I feel good. And now I'm going to the award ceremony and heading away shortly. It's kind of nice to hang out with everybody afterwards. I usually don't get to do this for doing a race.
I know. I think that's why people love 200s, because you don't want it to end.
I was saying to the people I was running with,
Yeah.
I said, there's about a day and a half in, day and a half you're running and you think,
it's my fault.
I've got, you know, in 70 miles and 100 miles, 112 miles, and you're still keeping track of time. It seems like a long time, and then it all disappears. It's like, I've got one more aid station. That's going to be 6 hours. And I don't even know what day it is at that point. It's just like we're achieving this thing slowly. And that's different.
Yeah, and it is very different. I think in a 100 miler you never quite get to that point.
I mean, you're starting to talk about the interesting things, like the whole sleep deprivation, and as you go south and you start to feel like the mind is not working right.
Absolutely.
So when you said, do you just see shapes, what does that mean?
So I could not focus and see. I tried to look at Gary's calves. I couldn't see calves. It was his green gaiters, and it was somehow like a stick, but it's just you couldn't see the calf, and I was aware of that. So it was just I knew it wasn't right. It wasn't hallucinating, so I didn't see anything which wasn't there, but I couldn't focus on anything.
I had moments where the hallucination integrates with reality. Not bad hallucinations, like, oh my God, he's just going to walk into that giant tree that's across the... Oh, that's not a tree. And it was the sky. I'm like, oh, that's the sky. And then we'd look up and I go, oh my gosh, that's the aid station. Look how lit up it is. This is great. But it was just the reflection off his vest that he was wearing. I'm like, oh God.
I have a lot of that kind of stuff. The most amazing stuff, my hallucinations were like the most amazing movie. So as I would be climbing up a climb, there'd be all these huge trees. The trees are actually there, but what I saw was like these amazing palaces, like rounded tops. And it was totally there. And I knew as I got closer, it would like, it actually, it did this amazing thing, like it just into a tree, same shape, but it was like a big tree. But from afar, I could stand there, I could tell my brain it was a tree. Like I know it's a tree and it wouldn't change. Like it was very clearly a palace.
So you can run 200 miles and experience these things, or just drop acid or something like that. It's the same thing.
I recommend the running.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
But nothing like this happens without everyone behind the scenes. So there's a few things I want to do, and for starters is if you can just be where you are, because we're all going to give you a round of applause. If you're a volunteer out there, if you can please stand up so that we can all show our appreciation, please. Stand up, all your volunteers. Woo! Now, whilst we're at it,
this is the entire crew here, all lined up and ready to go. So what does the carnage look like?
Oh, jeez.
You got Gary shadowing her though. No, I need you in the sun. Look at that. That is something right there.
You have black toes.
And no, you're not even in the same league as Kylie. It is just past the race ceremony and closing and awards, and my ever so gracious host, Melanie, who has been volunteering for the last 4 days straight, pretty much, is driving us back to Albany. I'll be flying back to Canada tomorrow, early in the morning, and I wanted to share a few post-race thoughts. So, being a smaller event with 35 people in it, I wasn't sure how the support would initially turn out, because running a point-to-point 200 is a absolutely non-trivial endeavor. There are so many people that need to be involved, so many details that need to be looked after, and you can never get it all right the first time. But that being said, it was pretty flawless for a first-time event. There are going to be some improvements, I'm sure. Maybe my favorite moment was the biggest fail of the thing, which was everybody leaving the start area, running 50 meters maybe, and taking a wrong turn, and the entire crew going the wrong way. I thought that was so quintessentially perfect. I love the Aussie people, the way they interact with each other and they support each other. It made it 10 times easier for me to be here with a host who's willing to pick me up from the airport, so I didn't have to rent a car and then add that car rental and going back and forth and figuring out how to get the car from place to place, or even getting a hotel, being offered places by Melanie and then Kylie and her husband Chris as well. That made it way easier, and it was pretty neat for me to see that there were quite a number of competitors or people who were involved who had talked about watching one of my videos in the past for these 200s, because I've honestly just tried to document the experience for myself partially, but also for the benefit of my friends and family, and then whoever else happens to be interested. So if you've watched it to this point, by the way, thank you for your support. You are also an endurance athlete, because getting through this video will probably take a little time. If you have gotten through it, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can look me up on Instagram or follow my Strava if you like. My Instagram is Kerry Ward, at KERYWARD, and I'll throw my Strava data up there to the folks who are interested in that. In terms of breaking down this race compared to other 200s, and this is the 4th 200 that I've done after doing the first time Tahoe came out. The Tahoe 200 was the first one I did in 2014. I like the idea of one complete loop of something that was magnificent and iconic. Then I did the next year the Bigfoot 200, which is in northern Washington, a point-to-point alpine route through various different mountain areas, and that was also a good experience. A little rougher on the course. I think of all the races, the Bigfoot may be the toughest in terms of terrain. Then I did Moab, and then I've done this one. Moab is a 240-mile giant loop, and then this one is a point-to-point loop. And there was some talk going in from people, myself included, that we presumed that because the elevation change wasn't as significant as it was in the other races that I did, it might be, and it was also altitude wasn't really a factor. Some of these other ones go up over 10,000 feet, that it would be easier to snap off a good time. And I had thought coming in that I would perhaps set my fastest 200 time here, and I didn't. My slowest 200 time, as a matter of fact. But I'm okay with the result. I'm here mainly for the experience, not to win anything in particular. Not that there's anything to win anyway, right? I think the winner got the same thing as everything else, who's Dion. Dion won the race, and Candace won the female race. And I think, in addition to our great Bogan medal, which I think is hilarious, and I'm wearing because it's it's so absurdly large. Maybe I'll even wear it on the plane on the way back. But they got like a bottle of, I don't know, whiskey or something like that. Yeah. And that's it. Some bragging rights, that's it. People in this community do it because they love doing it, and it brings people close together. Like the folks that I spent time on the trail with are people I will consider friends for a very long time. I liked also that the race got turned around in the beginning, because it almost inverted the common order of people in a race by the folks who ran off fast at the beginning ended up going off course even farther, and then running around through people. And with only 35 runners out on the course, suddenly we got to see everybody several times. So I think I got to talk to not everybody, but almost everybody in the race, which to me, again, a huge bonus. There was an 80% finishing rate. I think there, out of the 35 runners, was it 7 drops? Seven drops. I think maybe one person or two timed out. There was one person who started to shut down, get dehydrated, so she was pulled off. There are a few issues with a couple big surprises. I have not entered a race that I paid money in ever and had so little course marking. And that was obvious from the very first moment, because everybody went off course, but it was also a good reminder right off the bat that just keep your eyes out on where you're going, and use the GPS file if you can, the GPX. I referred to my phone to make sure I was on track more than I ever have done before. I carried a massive battery, a 22,000 milliamp battery that enabled me to charge both of my phones 4 times during the run, which kept me kept my Strava file going, and it also kept me able to take pictures and check the course on my other phone. And I could have backed up my GoPro with it, but I had 5 batteries, which turned out to be adequate. I finished on the 5th battery, which is still fairly full, this one that I'm using right here, but shooting 4K takes a lot more juice than shooting regular 1080p footage. It's a GoPro 7. The reason I'm using the GoPro 7 is they have hyper smooth image stabilization, which is, I think it's software-based image stabilization. And one thing about the videos that I've done, if you've seen them in the past, is it's just like bouncing around, poor camera work from someone running down a rough trail, which is exactly what it is. So the image stabilization should help out a little bit with that. This race had more aid stations per mile than any other long race that I've done, which was fantastic in one regard, because you always got to look forward to, okay, I can stock up on water, I can stock up on food, I can get some anti-chafing lube or something like that if I need it. But it was also a bit of a pitfall, because once you get to the station, the aid stations were so well manned and wonderful, you didn't want to leave them immediately. So I ended up changing my shoes several times and taking them all the way off and cleaning my feet up and then putting them back on. So the aid stations were a mixed blessing. Fantastic that they're there. There was some really good food. I felt like the volunteers really made each aid station their own. Melanie's was kind of an Aussie theme with thongs leading up, and then a pirate station, which was great. And there was a Hawaiian station. There were a couple others, and there was some good homemade food. I didn't know exactly what I'd encounter at each aid station. I was probably relying more on the aid stations than most people, just because I don't have a crew, I don't have a pacer, and that is a bit of a handicap, because you got to think of all that when you come in. And there are certain things that I would like, but I never knew if they had them or not. But there were always some kind of acceptable replacement. So come in, do you have soup? Nope, I've got potatoes. Okay, what kind of potatoes? Well, we fry them up with cumin and some other stuff. Fantastic, I'll take that. Or all of a sudden someone had pickle juice. I'm like, pickle juice, yes. Everybody around says, what in the hell do you want pickle juice for? That is magic substance, the brine right there. It's good electrolyte replacement. So there was always something good. Another factor that played into this race that I haven't had in other races to the extent this one had it is a lot of sand. And the sand has a couple factors which are challenging. One is it absorbs energy when you run through it. There was soft sand. There was sand on steep embankments and dunes in remote areas, even with brush growing in the sides. So the sand up and down was challenging. Just so much volume of sand. I ended up emptying shoes a whole bunch of times. Although Candace said she never had to empty her shoes. I got to get her Gator's recommendation for that. Another thing that the sand does is it hides some of the little tiny stumps and rocks that stick up. So she called them toe biters. I think the Mexican Tarawara Indians, or the runners, call them chingaritas, or basically little bastards. You just can't trust them. So you trip on these things again and again and again, stumbling. It's so weird. Some of the things that they use to tack down the path, either stairs or a piece of wood across, or they had a lot of weird conveyor belts just to kind of keep sand in place with holes in them, and they would be put down with rebar, like rebar staples. There's a lot of stuff sticking up to catch your feet on. I consider myself lucky I didn't actually fall on the whole run, and I know some people took some pretty good falls here and there, and of all the stumbles I did, nothing was too serious. I was always able to run through that. I think the race is going to grow. I think it'll eventually max out at its 100 participants. So if you're thinking about it, I'd encourage you to jump up and do it. You are unlikely to find another race in an area that has so much variety like this one did. The hills that they had aren't huge hills. The elevation is not very tall. Some of the elevation in, for instance, the Bigfoot or Moab, you know that you're going to be climbing 5,000 feet between one station and another, and that's going to take a good bit of time. Here, I don't know if we even had a 300-meter climb, maybe one or two of them, but it's just so about 1,000-foot climb. It's about as big as you'd get. So the final big factor that impacted me was the heat. I've been training in snow for the last little while, and the first day when it really warmed up, I was pretty comfortable where I was. I was moving nicely with a group up towards the front, but I started to get some rebellion going in my stomach, and I could feel that I wasn't digesting things properly. So I got to the point where a burp or two would yield that tiny bit of vomit in the back of your throat because it's just not processing properly. And I knew if I pushed at that point, I might have just puked my guts out and maybe recovered okay, but I didn't really want to start in calorie deficit by throwing everything up. So I walked a couple long, flat, very runnable sections. And after that, I just ended up connecting with people and enjoying my time with people rather than trying to get out there and race and, you know, climb back a few places in the standings. So I think the other races that I finished, I've been in the top somewhere between 5 and 20%, maybe the top 15% usually. But this race, I was well down, in about halfway down, maybe not quite half, a third of the way down instead of 15% of the way down. And it's a smaller group. So hats off to the Aussies. They are a tough bunch, and they're strong with this endurance thing, even though a lot of them, it was their first run. So there you go. That's my assessment. Anything? No, we're good. So carry out, flying out tomorrow. Delirious West 200 miler. Thanks, guys.
Then your choices are, we have 18 kegs here. Your kegs you need to carry for the first 1.5 km to the aid station out the back, the other side. And then you put it down there. And then at the aid station, there's another drink that you have to neck. And you have to hold it over your head once you've finished it.
All right, I've made a last-minute decision to enter the race. Oh, except I can't drink.
You get that one down quicker. You have to have a soft drink or something fizzy. Otherwise, you're completely...
I decided I'm going to enter last minute. You've seen me enter it. But I do need a soda.
You want a soda?
A soda, please, yeah. Nice.
Let's go!
Now do you find it?
Oh my.
Come on, get down here! Come on, you bogans!
You better win this.
Oh, shit. Wow.
Come on, boys! Go, Gary!
I will grab one early.
Oh, yeah, good thing.
There we go. And we're off. Troops are heading up. Everybody got their keg. Oh, kegless wonder. I knew these shorts would come in handy for Sunday. Alicia Woodside, this is for you. Look at this. We got it in. Nice work. Woo!
Drink, sir?
Yeah, why not?
What are you after? There's some with a little twist of lime if you're after something refreshing. Bit of Iron Jack, what can I get you?
Something, no alcohol. Do you have anything?
We don't, no.
So...
Domino's. This doesn't taste too alcoholic.
I will just be officially disqualified to finish the run.
Okay.
So, I'm running tomorrow anyway, so...
You're running tomorrow?
Yeah. I couldn't resist. As soon as you're like, hey, you get to carry a beer keg the whole way. I'm like, that sounds great. It's only a couple miles, I'll be able to do that. So, official DQ because of my lack of drinking alcohol. I could not resist. Maybe not the smartest way to start, but no worries. Should be fun. The folks who did carry. Oh yeah, the mullet's being trapped underneath the beer keg.
Envious of my mullet.
It's slipping.
Now we know why. Your hair, that's your...
This is full bogan style. Unconventional pack there, I gotta say. Probably don't have to stop too often at aid stations. Advantage, his beer belly is actually supporting a keg of beer. That's perfect. That's here, running it home. There they are. Yeah, they're the finish. The adoring crowds. Is this the finish over there? All right, around here. I assume that's a golden performance.
Oh, yeah.
And how much fun it is.
It is not fun.
You're doing great.
20 meters to go.